All right, Shalom. First and foremost, all praise and glory is unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Harakak that belong to our apostles, the bishops, the elders of the great millstone who teach well. And greetings, salutations, blessings, much love unto you, hopeful elect. Shalom unto you. Your brother Shaquat here with a quick video. Just want to tap into the light, okay? And this light is going to be very needful. It's funny, as I say this, another scripture comes to mind. This light will be very needful, okay? And before I even get into that, let me go to this first. Bear with me. Okay? Which is Amos chapter 5, verse 18, which says, "Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord." Right? We should understand that the day of the Lord, well, it's going to say it. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. Yeah, people talk about the day of the Lord like the Lord going to come back and he's going to be floating on clouds and rainbows and passing out, it's just all positive, wonderful. Jesus comes and all of that. Well, they've lied to you. According to the Bible, the prophecy and the warning from the prophets is that a major destruction is coming. It's darkness and not light. Okay? And then when you continue this, matter of fact, verse 20, and we know the analogy of how death is around the corner. Matter of fact, I'll just read it, verse 19. As if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall and a serpent bit him. Sounds like Final Destination. No matter where you turn, it's a pitfall waiting for you, okay? And I'm going to continue that analogy, okay, of a pitfall. I said, shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even very dark and no brightness in it? Okay, so if you think about how evil, and I'm gonna go, matter of fact, just to point a better picture of it. Okay, it's a beautiful thing how the Lord gets his spirit moving. The water Yahweh Shai, may this be edifying, right? 2 Ezra 16, it says, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? Up above this is showing how bad it'll be that the missiles will be hitting, and there's nothing you can do to stop that. But then verse 18 continues to say, the beginning of sorrows and great famine, sorrows and great mourning, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils, what shall I do when these evils shall come? Okay, and it says, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. Right, so all these evils and perils are coming. Okay, and it continues to go on in this chapter. But evils and perils are coming, and the only thing that's going to allow you to get out of this is the light. Okay, like the analogy I began, if you're walking down a road, right, and it's very dark, you don't know what's on the road. It's all kind of pitfalls and what is it, road potholes and pitfalls and quicksand. There's all kinds of things that trap you up in there. But if you have the light, you can now see that path that you should be walking on. Okay? And it's a very important thing to know that this light is going to be the light to salvation, man. Okay? And what does it mean? This is basically walking in the way of Yahushai, in the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Okay, it's important that we keep that as a foremost fear and concern about how we conduct ourselves in these last days and how we move with that wisdom in these last days. Okay, that wisdom is going to be the difference between us and everybody else on the planet. All right, let's get back into the precepts I was thinking. Okay, yep. And I'll start up at 3. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape, showing you that it's going to be very evil in a very dark time. But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief. Okay? Ye are the children of light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness, meaning we don't have to be confused about what we should do when the time of peril comes, because we've been preparing ourselves leading up to this time, which the inspiration of this video came from this video here from GMS Must Endure 144K Ba, right? Subscribe and be edified. It said the 5 wise and 5 foolish, right? A brother posted that to our camp chat, and you know, and it's funny. I had a conversation with a brother also that it came up. I shouted it to him. I watched it. I missed it the first go around, Salakia, but I caught it this time. Let me go and put that on, and yeah, and so it instantly sparked inspiration, which I had half of the precepts set up to go into the light, but it sparked some more, you know. And so the spirit moved beautifully. The spirit wasn't on me to do the video when I first started putting the precepts, but now after watching a piece of this, hey, that's what it is. Okay, so to go back, as he said in the video, the brother so eloquently put in the video, you know, that light is that wisdom that we store up. Okay, and that's how we trim the lamp. We get that light. Okay, lamp light, you see it? We get that oil to keep the fuel of that lamp burning. Okay, we build up our faith, we build up our wisdom. Okay, which when you go to Wisdom of Solomon, the 6th chapter, it says wisdom will try you, but it will meet you, and you will have no great travail. Okay, and that's like 6 and like verse 14, something up in there. You know, give or take a few verses. Bear with me for not grabbing it. But yeah, it says, therefore let us not sleep as do others. Right now, those in the brother's video that are not trimming their lamps, are not keeping it full, ready for when the bridegroom shows up, when Yahweh Shai shows up. Okay, that are not prepared for that time, and making sure their lamps stay on full. Okay, keeping attendance to them. Okay, they're gonna be short when it comes. They're gonna run out when it comes down to it. Okay. Said, but let us, as do others, but let us watch and be sober. Let us pay attention and lock in and understanding the times, and not sober to be sober-minded and understanding the times that we're living in. That this is basically the calm before the storm. Okay? That calm before the storm, or right when you get the weather report, yo, we got this type of weather coming in. It's going to be hitting at this time. You know, even though we don't have the exact hour, they let you know that something is coming, which we see the signs of something coming. Okay, with the different prophecies. We see World War III brewing up in the world. We see, with different countries, with NATO, Russia, Ukraine. We see Yemen, Iran, Israel, Palestine over there. We see China, you know, Taiwan. We see all these different things happening in the earth, moving around battleships and submarines and nukes and all of these talks. You know, South Korea and Russia doing drills and hopping in together. We saw these things happening in the earth, and we know this is part of the prophecies. We see the MOTB, CHIP popping up, you know, getting it more and more advanced, closer to everyday population use, as it says in Revelation, the 13th chapter, as well as the morality on the low. We see uprisings of the people. We see major natural disasters. All these things are happening in the earth, and we see why. Okay, we see the prophets on the streets waking the people up about what's coming. Okay, whether you like their message or their message is accurate, it's still a sign. Okay, but the truth is out there. All right, it says, so we have to be sober-minded when seeing this, just as while you keep your lamp trimmed. Okay, while you keep it to the full, if you will. Okay, for they that sleep, sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night. Yes, some people are just so drunken that they don't even want to see the reality of what's happening. They rather dig deeper into the football season and all of that. They rather dig deeper into things that won't profit you when these things come to pass. Okay? And I think I finished that verse, but gonna go back real quick. Amos 5:20 now. Again, it says, shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even very dark and no brightness in it? Okay, but the prophets are going to provide that light, okay, unto the elect. Okay, And if you don't understand that what you're hoarding up as far as wisdom right now will be very, very valuable and useful. And when all hell collapses, when there's no power and there's may not be running water, all these no food for sure, all these things that are happening, man. Like they said, it's gonna even be a famine of the word where no one will have it, but those that have trimmed their lamps and kept that wisdom within themselves in these times. Okay, okay, and it made me think of this with that path being lit. Right now, I'm gonna go back and grab that Psalm 119, but before I do, I want to set it up with Matthew 7, verse 13. It says, "Enter ye in at the straight gate, the difficult gate." When you look up the word straight, for wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many be which go in thereat. And the majority of the people is just gonna follow the masses, man. They're just gonna do what they've been doing and not using wisdom. Okay? They're not gonna be conditioned into using wisdom as their instinctual path of problem solving. Okay? A lot of them are just gonna fold. And some of you that thought you were hoarding up wisdom, instead what you're gonna have been doing is you followed in a group that's leading you to the ditch, man. Okay, it says 14, because straight is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few be there that find it. And when I just thinking about this lesson, meditating on it, it made me think, if I was on a straight and narrow path, and there's all types of pitfalls going into Second Ezra, the seventh chapter, and it's destruction on the left and destruction on the right. I'll grab it right quick. Okay, yep, I'll read it, and then I'll grab the Psalm 119. It says, 2 7 verse 7, the entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right hand, and on the left a deep water. Right? You're going to burn up or you're going to drown. Either way, but it's going to be bad if you don't stay on that path. And only one path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once. Now, when I thought about that, it made me think of Psalm 119. Okay, Psalm 119, and yeah. I'll go straight to the point. 105, it says, thy word is a lamp unto thy feet and a light unto my path. So imagine you on that straight and narrow path and you have a light on it. Yeah, it's more difficult, but you have the light of wisdom to light your way. Okay, versus being in darkness and you don't have any fuel or any oil for your lamp. Okay, and now you, like some of you don't even know there's a lamp to be had out there. Okay, and don't care. All right, so that's how I began to see this before this lesson came to fruition. Right? So this lamp, it said, thy word is a lamp unto my feet, meaning the wisdom of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai edifieth to a point where you now have light. You have the Holy Spirit, you have wisdom, you have the name. Okay, you know protocols. And the number one protocol is, hey, think and use wisdom, okay? And a light unto my path, okay? So you're going to automatically call on, not JC. Oh, JC. No, it ain't going to be none of that. It's got to be, Abiyahal Bashim Yahushai, and so on and so forth, and to a prayer. Okay, that needs to be the automatic response, okay? As things happen, as you see it, and whether it be to strengthen your mind, to calm your mind, to, whatever the case may be, to strengthen your spirit, whatever the case may be. All right, we know how to ask for those things. We know how to resort back to the wise thing, okay, which is calling on Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. It said, the Lord, how's it go? The name of the Lord is a strong tower, and the righteous run into it and are safe. Okay, so we gonna call on that and be safe there, man. We gotta believe that with all our faith. Okay, all right. 2 Corinthians chapter 4, which this is nice because it references Genesis. but it shows a different approach to it, right? Type of a summary. 2 Corinthians 4:6. For the Most High, who commanded the light to shine out of darkness, had and when you think about light and darkness, you got to think of darkness as chaos, because when everything is dark, what is going on? Things are out of order. Things don't make sense. Okay, but when they put the light to it, they put that wisdom to it, and they begin to put things in order, put the proper combinations. When you go into Wisdom of Solomon, the later chapters, you begin to put things together and begin to create. Okay, and those things began to make sense, and they saw that it was good. Okay, and so that's how this wisdom is gonna come to you. Okay, as chaos is happening in the day of the Lord, the wisdom that you've gained and that you've been working so hard for is gonna be a light to your path of how you should move. I'll hear all them machine guns out there. I'm not going out today. Good thing that the Spirit told me to put this to the side. Now we gotta go out tomorrow. Whatever the case may be. All right, just as an example. But today, the Spirit says, nah, don't go out there today, because it's just not wise to go out there today. You can hear the violence out there. You can hear, you can feel it in the Spirit. You can, certain things. You can, man, they're going to be terrible, man. It says, have, out of darkness has, look, for the Most High, who commanded the light to shine out of darkness, has shined in our hearts. Okay, has given us the ability to have this wisdom inside our minds. Okay, to give light of the knowledge of the glory in the face of Yahweh Shai Mashiach. Okay, and that's important, because Yahweh Shai's face is what we seek. We seek to see him that way, and we seek to be represented by him in that way, and we seek to follow him the way he moved in the earth. Okay, and he had peril around him. Okay, he had people, he was apprehended, and so on and so forth, many other things, what was going on. Okay, and what do you think? And he made it through, and he lit the path. He was the first. He was the light. He, like it says, he is that light. He first walked the path first. Okay, okay. This is John 1. All right, and it gives you all of it right there. Matter of fact, I'll start at the top. John 1:1. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with the Most High, or with the Elohim, right? And the Word was the Elohim. Okay? The same was in the beginning with the Elohim, with the power. All things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made. Okay, the Most High made Yahweh Shai, and Yahweh Shai, the angels, who made the angels, made everything, and all the dominions. They came up with the whole setup down here, under the blueprint of Yahweh. Okay, let's not get this twisted, like they just went off and did their own thing. No, they got this laid out by the blueprint of Yahweh. Okay, if I was the what's the word, an architect, okay, I have things set up. Now I gotta go hire somebody to put this in order. Now I'm gonna hire the foreman, or whomever that may be, the contractor, and he's gonna go out there and he's gonna find plumbers, electricians, the concrete layers. Everybody. He's gonna hire the trucks. He's gonna do the bulldozers, all that stuff. He's gonna put together to make this all come to fruition by the end. Right? No different. It says, in him was life, and the life was the light of men. And his way that Yahweh Shai lived and walked was the way that we should walk. It's the light within us that we should walk in, the type of way that we should walk in. Okay? And the light shineth in darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not. Okay? The darkness ain't supposed to understand what we're doing. And that's their own fault. That's their own lot. Okay, I'm gonna jump down to verse 8. Okay? It says, that was the true light, which lighteth every man that cometh into the world. He was in the world, and the world was made by him, right? Still talking about Yahushua, and the world knew him not, because the world didn't want to walk in that way. Not over 2,000 years ago, and not even today. They still don't want to walk in the righteous way of life, which is the light that Yahushua walked in from the Heavenly Father. Okay, which is a way of wisdom. All right. It says, he came unto his own, and his own received him not. But as many as received him, to them gave he power to become the sons of Yahweh, even to them that believe on his name. And those are also still Israelites. Okay? And you can go to Romans, the ninth chapter, to look more into that, but that's a different lesson. Let me go to this. Okay, this is a beautiful chapter. And when you read up, starting up around 17 or so, pretty much the top of the chapter is talking about wisdom, as is the 6th chapter. Okay. Verse 14, I'll hit it real quick. Matter of fact, 13, it says, I learn diligently and do communicate her liberally. I do not hide her riches. Yeah, and that's how we feed the flock. Okay? We do not hide the riches of the wisdom that we find, the light that we find. Okay, now it's for everybody to know how to apply the light. Do you apply the light in bright light? No, if it's well lit in here, I wanna learn. We go to some of these chats with these brothers, man. I'm in there to learn. I'm here soaking it up. Versus coming into a different chat where it may not be as bright. Well, now you need to cut your lamp on and shine brighter in there. Okay? Now it says, for she is the treasure unto men that never fadeth. Which we know that treasure, right? Real quick. I'll bounce around real quick. All right. Which is Isaiah 33, verse 6. It says, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. This light, okay? This knowledge, this wisdom, okay? And strength of salvation, right? The fear of the Lord is his treasure. So we're talking about treasure. It says, Matthew 6 talks about lay your treasures in heaven, not upon earth, right? That 6th chapter in Matthew, right? So when we go back, it says, for she, speaking of wisdom, is a treasure unto men that never faileth. Okay? It ain't the value on wisdom ain't gonna collapse. Regardless what the fiat, dollar currency will do, these worldly rubles and yuans and so on and so forth, they can all collapse. Wisdom is never gonna collapse, right? Which they say that use become friends of Yahweh, being commended for the gifts that come from learning. Okay, so this ties right into the brother's lesson. Hey, you trimming your lamp is a gift that comes from learning, because you're now building up the wisdom. Okay, you're building up the strength of your light. All right, and when I jump down, which I'm not going to read all of this, but in the 17th chapter, and it starts to read down to about the 21st, it's speaking of different sciences, the major sciences in the earth that the scriptures and wisdom entail. Right? You get to 22, it goes on and speaks about how wisdom does certain wonderful things. Okay, the things that wisdom are about. But when you get to 24, it says, for wisdom is more moving than any motion. She passeth and goeth through all things by reason of her pureness. For she is the breath of the power of the Most High, which we know when we were given that breath of Adam, we were given wisdom. And a pure influence flowing from the glory of the Almighty. Therefore can no defiled thing fall into her. Can't be defiled, right? For she is the brightness of the everlasting light. Okay? She is the wisdom that created Yahushua. The wisdom that Yahushua exuberated when he was down on the earth. Okay? First, when he and the angels created the heavens and the earth and all things therein, and then even displaying it later in the end times. We're still going to be using this light, using this wisdom from the beginning of the earth, and it is manifest when you read in 2nd Esdras. Okay, I believe that might have been the 15th or the 9th chapter. I think it's the 15th chapter, right? But it says, the unspotted mirror of the power of Yahweh. Okay, it's a direct reflection of the Heavenly Father's power. Okay, is his wisdom and the image of his goodness. All right, which we know that's also Yahweh Shai. Okay, so you see how following that light is going to light our path. It's like if you've ever been in a heavy dense fog or a very dark night with no headlights, and all of a sudden you find a truck with a trailer on it, and you just follow those tail lights. You just keep a distance with the tail lights, and you just follow that. You just follow the one in front of you and keep a safe distance. Okay, well, that's what Yahweh Shai is being to us, but he's being it through the Holy Spirit until salvation, man. Okay, he came over 2,000 years ago. He set a blueprint on how we should walk the earth. In these times, we're taking that wisdom and we're trying to walk it that way, or rehearse the righteous acts of walking that way in this time. Okay, and in the time to come, we're gonna really need that power and that influence. Okay, of that light. Okay, would you want to walk, like I said, that a difficult path without light on it, or would you rather walk it in complete darkness, knowing that there's pitfalls and all kinds of things? Okay. Or even, I'd rather walk the broad way where it's real wide and everything's out there. Yeah, but you're in darkness, though. And a lot of people are in the way. And little do you know where that path is. There's a way which seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. All right? Which that was the point, Man, verse 29, I'm going to hit that one real quick. For she is more beautiful than the sun, which is the instrument that really brings light to the earth, right? The main instrument that brings light to the earth. And above all the orders of the stars, being compared with the light, she is found before it. Okay? For after this cometh night, but vice shall not prevail against wisdom. Okay? You see it? The device created is not before the wisdom that thought it out first. Okay? The origin of it was the wisdom that said, hey, we need light. Let's figure out how to make light. That's the wisdom. We need this for these reasons. And this is prepared for us if we follow as we should. All right? In John chapter 3, I'm going to go straight to the point, verse 19. Red letter, which you know is Yahweh Shai, which says, and this is the condemnation, that light is coming to the world, and men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil. Right? Because they don't want to be seen. They want to be amongst the other evildoers. They don't want to be pointed out. Nigga, you wicked. You don't look what you doing. They don't want the responsibility of having to clean themselves up. Okay? And then the responsibility of remaining clean. Okay? For everyone that doeth evil hateth the light, right? So you don't ever want it to be on you no more. That evil. Well, I was going to say the opposite. Everyone that doeth evil hateth the light, neither cometh to the light, lest his deeds should be reproved. And we all have to come to the light from evil, from darkness, okay? Lest our deeds should be reproved. But he that doeth truth cometh to the light, that his deeds may be made manifest, that they are wrought in Yahweh. And that's how we feel about it, man. Like, this was where I feel more comfortable over here, doing the right thing than when I was in darkness. Okay? Because in the other way, people want to shun the light. Okay, now turn the light off, man. My eyes hurt and all this. Yeah, they hurt. But this is what you need to see. Okay? To see better. To be better. Okay, now you can see your mistakes. You can see your pitfalls. You can see your shortcomings, and now you can work on them. Okay? You can build up wisdom. You can do all these other things before that great and terrible day comes. All right? Okay, Malachi 4. I'm going to start at verse 1, even though the point is more so verse 2. Right? It says, for behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, all that do wickedly shall be stubble. This is what happens when you don't walk in the light. Okay, if you're not using wisdom in these last days, right? It says, and the day of the Lord cometh, that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. But you that fear the name of the Lord shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings, and ye shall go forth and grow up as calves of the stall. And ye shall tread down the wicked, for they shall be ashes under the soles of your feet in the day that I shall do this, saith the Lord of hosts. And I'm just going to hit it real quick. Now, when we go to Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter, okay, it brings a little more. I mean, it told you what time it's talking about, and now it's telling you what time it's talking about now. You know, the righteous man standeth in great boldness before such as have afflicted him. Okay, the strangers of their salvation, that healing in his wings is that twinkling of an eye. 1 Corinthians the 15th chapter, around the 49th, 50th verse, 52, when you get beamed up and you get changed into the immortal, from the mortal to the immortal, from the corrupt to the incorruptible. Okay? And then you come with the new bodies, the second covenant, you have the wisdom, you have all of those things that you've been practicing down here. Now you have that, okay, to move on for. Okay, that's a light that's like the light at the end of the tunnel, what we're trying to get to. And it's also displaying how we get beamed up and away from the chariot, into a chariot away from the destruction. Okay, but just to be quick about it, not to make this too long, I'll go verse 4. It says, we accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor. Okay, because they didn't want to, because they thought we were wasting our time hoarding up wisdom. While they were hoarding up food or a good time or whatever they were doing, experiences or whatever, we were hoarding up wisdom. Okay, it says, how is he numbered among the children of Yahweh, and his lot is among the saints? Therefore we have erred from the way of truth, and the light of righteousness have not shined unto us, and the Son of Righteousness rose not upon us. No, you were not chosen. You were chosen to be the vessels fitted to destruction. And the elect will be the Lord. When I'm of the elect, of course, will be of the vessels fitted to for salvation, for glory. All right, and that glory comes upon us in physical form at the end of this. But it starts with this wisdom, and it starts with this light. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna go straight to the point. And I'm gonna end with this and maybe something else. But to wrap it up, this is Revelation chapter 7, verse 14. And I said, let's read it in the NLT. It says, and I said to him, Sir, you are the one who knows. Then he said to me, these are the ones who died in the great tribulation. They have washed their robes in the blood of the Lamb and made them white, which we know blood doesn't make anything white. It's all symbolic, all right, of cleansing in the blood of Yahweh Shai, similar to the doorpost in Egypt, right? The destroyer passed you by. It says, excuse me, it says, that is why they stand in the front of God's throne and serve him day and night and in his temple, and he who sits on the throne will give them shelter. All right, verse 16 is getting to the point. They will never again be hungry or thirsty. They will never be scorched by the heat of the sun. Okay? Showing you that the glory of the righteousness is coming unto us, man. We gonna be there to live in glory. All right? It says, for the Lamb on the throne will be their shepherd. He will lead them to springs of life-giving water. Right? And Yahweh will wipe every tear from their eyes, man. This is what this wisdom leads you to. Okay? This is what this light leads you to. Okay? All right? Revelation 21, having the glory of Yahweh, and her light was like unto a stone most precious, even like a jasper stone, clear as crystal. All right, in this chapter, we know what this is going into, the kingdom, right? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, this is all good. It says, I'll just read these to keep it to the point. And the city had no need of the sun, neither the moon, or to shine in it, for the glory of Yahweh did lighten it. So we know the glory of Yahweh is going to light the city. And this is what we're already have a small piece of that's going to light us to get to that kingdom. Okay? A small piece of that is what we're going to have to get us to the kingdom. But we got to see that. As we build it up now, it may not look important to anyone now, but it will be very important in the near future, and it will be very important into the next life, going into the next life. But it's what you do now. You look at TikTok and Instagram and all this, and I think I seen one of these motivational things that said, the championship starts today. Winning like it's something like that. Like the championship starts today. Like basically to win a championship, in whatever year that you're planning on winning, the work to get there starts today. Okay, what you do today, and I love what he said in Gladiator. I almost just said it just naturally, but he said, what we do today echoes in eternity. Something to that effect, right? But at 21 and 23, yep, it said, and the Lamb is the light thereof, right? And the nations of them which are saved shall walk in the light of it, and the kings of the earth do bring their glory and honor into it. Okay, we know that they're going to bring the forces of the Gentiles into us. Okay, Revelation 22:5, and I'll close with this one. And there shall be no night there, and they need no candle nor light of the sun, for the Lord Yahweh giveth them light, and they shall reign forever and ever. Okay? The light that we'll have will be lit from within, so to speak. Okay? As humans are lit from within with that fire, at the spark that the Heavenly Father gives us, the same difference, man. Okay? Our city will be lit from within from the glory and the power of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, man. On down through the whole nation. Okay? So Lord willing, this was edifying. It was mainly about the light, but just that path of light, man. Imagine your path is lit versus, even though it's straight and narrow, but at least it would be lit. Okay? So, with that, giving all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Arakakwadash, Lord willing, this was edifying. Double honor to our apostles, the bishops, the elders of the great millstone. Teach God and rule well. And greetings, salutations, blessings, much love unto you, hopeful elect. Shalom.